Is anybody really free?
Okay,
Ever.
see now you're taking it to
Drake took it to the bone.
Oh, matter of fact, to hit to that real quick because we didn't been bouncing around, but to his is anybody free? Freedom is a state of mind.
Freedom is a state of mind. What did Kanye say? What did he say about heaven and hell?
They're just
I think he said
being. They're just states of being. They're not real places.
Yeah, he
I don't know
said
if he
something
said
like
that,
that.
but-
I don't know. Yeah, I think he echoed it, but
Yeah,
either way.
to the point. Yes,
Yeah.
but like freedom is a state of mind. Like empire state of mind. You're in a city where everything's on top. Like you're on top. You know, you have that empire. That's your state of mind. You have that state of mind anywhere you go. You know, you're gonna be knocked down a couple pegs over time, of course, to learn lessons. But you know, you keep that mindset of owning your own empire. You know, you'll be running your own city. You'll be running the city through your own mind. You know,
Facts.
your own
Is
way.
that even valid? Because
100%.
I'm gonna tell you why you could picture the other side of the coin. Because you have certain people, or maybe you could say most people, that only listen to what they're told by certain people, organizations, and programs and networks that they don't even have their own thoughts anymore. So in that case, they're mentally shackled by society and what they've learned and been taught to a certain point in life or when they were young until they're adult, and now they don't have the opportunity to get unfree because they don't have that coaching or they haven't had that training or mental rejection or whatever I'm trying to say.
Rigidity.
Okay,
yeah.
you know what? So
I'm playing this word game on my phone, and
I like that.
getting more
No, okay. Extended vocabulary. There you
Yeah,
go.
It's there.
Okay. So then let me amend my statement.
Hold on,
to this.
let me touch on this real quick. So wait, what was the point?
Is anybody free? Like, are you really free?
Is anybody really free? And let me re-say what I said again. So, can people actually be free? I'm just saying the other side of his take, because you have people that don't have their own thoughts. They've been controlled or been pitched by environments, their own. Sometimes even your own family can make you not be mentally free because of what they've done to you and the trauma you get from that, and you haven't got your therapy for it yet. And now you have to be an adult, have to unlearn where it comes from. And keep in mind, everything we see is being recorded. We just don't always remember the access to that memory. It may get purposely closed off.
It's being literally recorded right now. But I think that you can be free in facets, small facets of life. You could be you don't get them all. You get a few of them if you're lucky. You get financial freedom, what Yoel kind of talked about for a little quick second. And
A little bit, you know what I'm saying?
I disagree.
Nah, wait, hold on, but
There's other ones, but
No,
you
no,
don't
no.
get them all.
No, I
I
disagree
feel
with that
like
statement. But go
I
ahead.
think all right, so in that sense, then nobody's really free, because the idea of being free is somebody has echoed that already. So I feel like freedom is really what you want to do. That depends on the individual. I think people can be free. I think people can be free mentally for sure. I think we're inspired by a lot of people, if that's the question. But at the end of the day, bro, I would consider myself free. I think freedom is there we go. I think freedom is subjective. So yeah.
Okay, that's valid, because in the state that we're in right now, we're all in captivity, whether we like it or not.
I still gotta go with my gut and disagree.
I'm going with the freedom. I'm still free.
I'm not saying people aren't free in their own minds, but in the concept of being in America, we're in captivity. That's just what it is.
I still
It
disagree.
sucks.
I get
that's,
that. I get
that's
it.
what I was saying though. Like,
Yeah, it
and if
sucks.
that in that sense, yes. Like, when you're born, there are certain things that have to happen. Birth certificates, things of that nature. You have to
We
go
don't
through a
own
certain
our birth
process.
certificates, by the way. The Fed, the National Bank, that's not based in the U.S., owns our birth certificates. We are all bonds, so we are all in captivity by. We don't even own our own freaking kids.
I think, and then Trav, I'll let you speak for sure. I think freedom is being able to choose what path you want to go and dealing with the circumstances that have to come with it. We have the freedom right now to do this. You have the freedom right now to start 2.5 LLCs. That's what y'all do, right? And then there are certain you have to have keys to get in the building. Somebody had to grant you access to get into the building. All of this, the equipment and things of that nature, that's somebody's you have to use. You know what I'm saying? So I think in that aspect, you're not free because you had to get granted access. But mentally, you put this down on paper, you thought about it, now you're doing it. I would consider that freedom.
Saying that, though, off of what I
That's fair,
said.
that's fair.
Of what
You
I
can give him that. I
said.
can give him
Yeah,
that,
for sure, for sure. Even though we're in captivity, we can still do what we want to
So
a
limited
certain
freedom.
to a certain point where we can still get what we need while we're here in the physical form.
Bet.
Not saying you can't do what you want, but of course there's always going to be stipulations because freedom of speech is
Okay,
always
so if
been
I
with
wanted
an
to, if I wanted to
asterisk
kill
a
you
point.
and get
Right.
away with it, there are people that got away with murder.
Yeah, because that's people that's killed people today. Did they bid and got out of
The
jail?
mob.
No, I'm talking about
Walking
not.
right
not
now.
I'm talking about not to have not even gone to jail
Yeah,
to begin
those
with,
people
or
too.
got
Yeah,
caught.
saying I agree.
You got
with
you got
yeah.
you got the freedom like that. You got away with it. You're a free man for doing it. Whatever. But you're locked in your own mind for even committing that. Or there's just nothing. There's not a guilty bone in your body. I'm saying I disagree with you. I'm saying I agree with the points you put out, and then your response to him. Bro, this thing just be getting too close sometimes. Because my bad, bro. Anyway, I'm saying freedom is not should not be categorized. If you have to categorize freedom, you're not free at all. That's my take on it. I'm free to the point where, like,
How so?
all right,
Explain that.
granted, you mentioned stipulations, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone had to give you access.
Mm-hmm.
Get your own access. Why do you got to go to that person? It's gonna cost you no matter where you go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when you start a business, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt your pockets before it explodes it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying what you said. That whole accepting that's a sense of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Me saying what I almost said what I got to say. Me controlling what I got to say. That's a sense of freedom. What I'm saying?
Facts.
You could say "fuck you," I don't like you. You're free to say that. I could say you're free to say whatever you want, man. I don't care. Or I don't agree, but hey, do you? I'm free to say that. If you
to a point.
no, because you cannot control someone else's emotions or reaction, or you know what I mean. You can't control that.
Right.
The government
Okay,
might have
yeah,
something to say.
yeah.
You
about it.
cannot
alright.
control someone else's response. They may not like it.
There'll
Okay,
be consequences and
there are
repercussions.
going to be
but I guess you're free to do
consequences,
it.
but you are still free to be you.
Depends on where you at.
No,
Yes.
no.
No. Yes.
Someone get you first.
And I'm gonna say yes because at the end of the day. So first of all, I want you to explain. Explain first. Yeah.
All right, so we have all these people out here creating content, doing stuff on the internet, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're on certain platforms like YouTube, aka Google, you say something wrong about COVID or the Jews, or you up out of there.
But is that not freedom though? Is that
'Cause you
was
still
that
said
initial
it at
act
all.
Still not freedom.
No, okay.
They checked
said
you on it.
They said it, but that you got fired. So
Okay.
wait, hold
But
on.
yeah, so
Hold on.
That part of the freedom's already fulfilled at that point.
That's what I'm saying.
Nothing beyond that matters.
True indeed. However, you go to another country, you may not be able to say or do certain things because of the culture that's there, and they might
Absolutely.
cut up a body part or put you in a box.
Absolutely.
Or something.
But you can still do it.
It may
may
not be.
not- you
Hold
may
on.
not want-
It may not be. Let me say this. It may not be legal, and I don't condone illegal activities or anything like that. Let me just put that out there.
Cap.
It may not be legal. It may
So
be
ironic
legal.
that he's wearing one today.
I just.
We don't have time for that, but go ahead.
I was looking at your fingers like, please don't. But no, I'm like, even to the people in India, there are a lot of people that do certain things and get away with it. They had that time in their life where they got away with it. Now you can use that freedom that you did to get away with it to continue being, in my mind, a heinous person, a wrong person, or you can, try to do better or whatever better is in your version of. You will be stopped. You will be hunted. You will be arrested. Something will happen to you to where they will confine you. You will be fine. Someone may come after you for retribution or whatever. That's something someone has to do to you. Because I'm like, even if you were to enslave me, I still have my mind. You can't control my mind. My heart is still going to beat until you kill me. As long as my heart is still bumping, I am free.
Y'all don't get any bright ideas.
Please don't. Thank you.
Nah, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's
know what I
not
mean? Like,
condoning that.
I'm not condoning for you to just do anything. I'm condoning that if you have something like that in your heart you believe is the right thing to do, and that's to an extent too. You know, you have the freedom to take your ideologies however far you want. But just know, the further you take those ideologies down the negative ways or positive ways, those consequences will follow.
If somebody enslaved you, or if somebody if a cop arrests you, he's actually free to not arrest you. Like he can think like, you know what, I don't want to do this.
But the safety of everyone around, but the safety of everyone else around him too. Like, if I know you got a gun, you're not supposed to have it on the premises. I don't know what your motive is. Let's say I'm the cop or whatever, right? I should be the one to keep my eye on him, to tell him, sir, you cannot have this weapon here or whatever. I should be the one to watch his move or whatever. Because what happens if I say, oh, there's a gun, I don't care to ask him if he has a permit or whatever, and murders the both of you? I had the freedom, I had the free mind to say, you know, to weigh my decisions. No one's weighing my decisions for me. My job is influencing my decisions because it's my job to serve and protect. But I had that thought in my head to let this person go or to do my job. You know what I mean? Like, freedom is essentially everywhere. It's just that people are categorizing it and limiting themselves. That's how I feel. Yes, do you need money to get by to your day-to-day? That's where we live in. Yeah, we used to call it bartering. There some, you know where salary came from? Salt. People used to pay. I forget which times it was, but like there were jobs and you got paid up on amounts of salt. Very weird. I know it's from an older time, but like it was before currency. But it was like before time of like hard physical currency. Because people bartered. Because some people bartered pigs for other like kind of horses and whatnot. That I knew. You get what I mean? Like, but yeah, I know. But yeah, salt is something though. But I know salt came from salary. Like it's a weird thing. I learned that recently. But anyway,
trust me, I'm about to say salty, but
you had to do the crickets.
You have to.
I would have had to, Yoel.
But no, like freedom to me is that state of being to where your bond is limitless. There's drop. Your bond is limitless, and like, you know, it's a state of mind. It's a state of being. I'm free. No, all right? So, question: who is going to tell you that you can't drive the car you bought? There are going to be signs when you're driving that say, or suggest or prompt, don't go more than this speed limit. Don't go under it. But you still got people that are free to do what they do. They may hurt someone in the process, unfortunately. Yeah. They may hurt or take their own lives, but they still did it.
Facts.
If there's going to find them, you're going to have these things that cost you along the way, but you were free to make your own choice and you did it. There are some things that you get entangled in that limit your freedom. For example, being an accessory to a crime you had no premeditation to, you were not made aware of it, you didn't know that someone was doing it, you are essentially losing a sense of freedom in that because you were unaware. However, being unaware is not the same of not going to find out. It's not wrong to question certain things. Like, you can have loyalty. Like Dre, I'm not feeling too good. I'm pretty tired, man. Can you, drive my whip home? I'll let you crash on the couch or something. You know, I'm trusting him with my life to take me home. You know what I mean? He knows what the deal is. He knows why I don't want to drive. Now, if I was saying, hey, yo, Drake, you ride with me, bro? Like, I'll let you drive the truck. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need to stop somewhere real quick. I need to stop at home. Why do I need to stop back home? Why do I need him to drive to my home? What's going on with me to where I can't perform those? You can ask those questions.
Yeah. You
may come off like a dick for asking it. You're free to ask those questions. Because now what if, and I'm going to take it to like Power and whatnot, or Sons of Anarchy or Mayans or any kind of these shows or whatever, because stuff happens like this in real life. Let's say I don't want my face to be in the driver's side or whatever, because people know I always drive myself everywhere. I don't have a chauffeur. I drive myself everywhere. Someone that's gunning for me sees my vehicle, thinks I'm in the passenger side. We kind of resemble. We're both big guys, glasses or whatever. They pull the trigger on him, not me, thinking they got me. You never know who's gonna do something like this. So you're free to have. You're free to guess. You're free to hope. But there's a good chance you could lose part of yourself or part of your own freedom. If you're still able to keep your chin up, and promise in your heart that you didn't do something. Granted, you're on lockdown, but you still have that drive to get out because you didn't do anything wrong.
That's freedom.
That's freedom.
That's freedom.
You know what I mean?
100%. That is freedom.
Because you can be surrounded by darkness, and this is a quote I love and I will live by, and this is why Avatar will always be one of my favorite shows. The character Iroh, he had said something along these lines. Sometimes life is like this dark tunnel. You may not always see, the light, but if you just keep moving, you will eventually come to a better place. For me, I've lost a lot of people. I've had surgeries. I have had accidents. I have friends that have went missing and they came out and they were identified off of a tattoo, unfortunately. I have friends that are still kicking and breathing. I'm doing this. That's a lot of darkness. If you have one thing that can lighten up your life, at least one thing, and everyone has one thing, you woke up today. That's a light.
That's a light.
That's a light.
A lot of it is perspective.
Exactly.
Like,
that's what I'm
that
saying.
quote is
Perspective.
like,
there you go.
If you listen to that quote and you say nah, then you're not gonna see that light. You'll never see the light.
And sometimes it's not for everybody, unfortunately. Excuse me. Let me not say it's not for everybody. I feel like sometimes people don't.
No, it's not for everybody.
No, I refuse to believe that. I feel like
Things in life are not. Everybody's not supposed to know everything and be a part of every situation.
Okay, for sure. I feel like some people learn it after they die. Some people may learn it while they're still living. Some people may
Never learn it.
never learn it at all. It just goes on your perspective.
Like the truth. The truth separates people.
Like I can tell you the truth. Like I could say, Zoe, I swear to God, he didn't have sex with your sister. I swear to God, this person didn't do it. But because there's some form of hate in you that doesn't trust this person. Do you have a sister?
Yes.
Damn, I thought he only had a brother. I'm sorry.
I thought it was just you and Sam.
No.
I thought it was your brother.
I got another brother and another sister.
I didn't know you had another sister. My bad.
Fucking crazy.
Okay, no, hold
on. What?
Okay, but matter of fact, I'm not gonna apologize. I'm gonna point my left. I'm not gonna apologize for that statement. I'm gonna apologize for my lack of knowledge that you even had one.
I'm not true.
My people perish for a lack of knowledge.
There you go.
So now let me see.
It's true. It's true.
Plug, you know what I'm saying?
But no, I'm saying no that Okay, let's say if you have a girlfriend, G. I'm telling you, he didn't do anything with your girlfriend. He didn't do anything with your girlfriend. You refuse to believe me.
All right.
And I promise you, like, they didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But you still believe they can. I have picture proof or video proof. She came on to them.
Mm-hmm.
They were minding their business, talking about music. And here she comes. Oh my God, that's a nice song. Oh my God, you should give me a sing for you.
What the fuck is going on?
Okay, but people can have plausible deniability and show them, I did nothing wrong. You have audio. I didn't say come over here. I never told her come over. I never came on to her. She came on to me.
Cognitive dissonance.
Do you get what I mean? Like I could have that proof for you, and in your mind, you could still not believe.
You know what's crazy? It's like, what exactly does that mean? I always hear cognitive dissonance. I was in psychology, and
that's the first time I heard that, bro.
I was listening to, I would hear people say it, and of course, context clues. If you can comprehend, I should be able to understand that. But that was something that I never picked up on. Like, what does that mean, bro?
It's like, when you tell somebody something and they act like they don't know what it is, even though it's right in front of them. It's literally right. You just told them what it is, and what just happened is right there, but they choose to ignore it.
For example,
not knowing, just knowledge, having knowledge of knowing, but denying it.
Exactly.
It's just denial.
Like, your girl's cheating. You know she for the streets.
Yeah,
but you're gonna deny it.
Cognitive
He's setting you up, but you're gonna walk into that bar and get shot.
Wow. Thank y'all.
Because you think you can. Because some people think they can defy those odds through faith, through chance, through their own heavy artillery. You know what I mean? They see an opportunity. Yeah, God gonna call me back in this moment. Bet, what's up? You really think you're gonna swing at God and get a hit? All right, go for it.
And what God are they talking about?
I'm not even going there. I'm just saying in general, Dre.
Another episode.
Nah, you gotta say stuff like that.
No. I can't say stuff like that. I am free to say that.
Yeah, but
I'm
that
also
don't mean
free
it's
to
true,
not
it's right.
respond. You know what? You are absolutely right.
Don't mean what I'm saying sure, right?
Because your God may not be the same as this person's or mine.
Exactly.
So I cannot tell you how my God, because you're always going to have something conject about it if it's not yours. I'm saying for that person's God or their belief, if they don't believe, whatever their higher power is, if they don't believe there's a higher power, if you think you're going to win a knife fight against 20 people with heavy artillery aimed at your dome, and the door locks behind you, where are you going? You're going to see God. You know what I mean?
Whoever it is,
Whoever
about to go see them.
you're gonna meet your maker. If your maker is Mother Nature, you're gonna be ash to ash, dust to dust, kissing her goodbye. There you go. But my entire thing is like, unless you're Frank freaking Castle, you know, the Punisher. If y'all don't know,
I'm about to say,
Yeah, we don't know that.
See, this is the music theory. What were the majors, bro? Run through the majors, bro. You got to run through the majors. Music theory, criminal justice. What was the other one? Forensics and psychology. My man's 4 years in college, for sure. That's 4 years.
Oh man,
that's a real 4 years.
I pray my kid doesn't do anything dumb like that ever. Well, let me not say dumb. I think if you have the mental capacity and you have the goals to achieve said feats.
Wait, talking about you were gonna quadruple major, or did you just change majors? Oh, okay.
No.
And then quadruple? I didn't even know.
I double majored.
Okay.
That was still too much. No, I mean, when I was at Wake Tech, it was arts and theater. I mean, it was arts and criminal justice. When I got to it was bleep. when I got to school, it was when I got to college, when I got to the university, whatever, it was music theater. That's it.
Okay.
And then, like I said, surgeries, I wanted to have something that I can definitely fall back on. It was criminal justice major with a regular theater major instead of musical theater. And then it was criminal justice theater minor. But when I got back to Wake Tech, I was technically doing criminal justice and forensics at the same time. Minor in arts for theater. But I never got to finish because COVID hit. Yeah. I could have started doing online stuff, but I just wanted to work and make money at that point. I needed a break. Life was just shifting me, and I was trying to go with the flow. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, like it. Freedom. That's all. I feel like, man, you just gotta be free in your own life. Matter of fact, this is how I feel.
Freedom debate.
This is just how I'm gonna leave it. Freedom
Started
is
from Harriet Tubman on the $20
freedom
bill.
is your set. Freedom is through your own definition.
I was about to say, freedom is 100% subjective. Yeah. Bro, all right, to put this in perspective, bro, I mean, I appreciate this, bro. Last year I had 9 W-2s and a 1099.
Come on, brother.
His tax form was like 10 yards long.
Dre didn't reach out for the doubt because he like, bro, you got to hold a job, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just working with you. But yeah, bro, it's like one of those things where like I always told myself that even if I did go to school or however I chose to live life, like I'm going to try everything. Like I'm going to see what works. This is how I'm going to explore. And it was a hell of a lot of paperwork that was coming through that mail, but at the end of the day, like it showed me like, okay, I found what stuck. Customer service, sales, people. That's why I majored in HR initially. And then I realized it was a bunch of paperwork and keeping things in order, and I don't really like to keep things in order. So, but at the end of the day, bro, I had the freedom to do so. You know, I went to college for my grandma, and thankfully I graduated, but at the same time, it was like, all right, if I'm going to go for, if she's encouraging me to do something and I'm doing it, I'm going to do it my way. And afterwards, in between time, while in college, working different jobs, and then also like working jobs afterwards, it was
it's
like,
experience, because you never know where you can end up next, and they can hire you for like, oh, you did this? Like, how long was it for? I wasn't too long, but I definitely did learn a lot of tricks and trades in that short time.
Yeah.
So
I was working on fucking machines, bro. Like my ass, little scrawny working on machines. Like that was kind of cool. But then I mean,
that wasn't kind of anything. I mean, go ahead. It was cool.
It was cool. But I hated it. I learned that I hated it, and I was taking like an hour and 30-minute breaks. We got like 3 breaks, 30 minutes. I would just take the whole hour and 30 minutes. I got fired. You know what I'm saying? I got sent home and then I came back. There's the same thing and I got fired.
There's like, yo, you can't do that, bro. We give you intervals to follow. Look, you said I have 3 30-minute breaks. Did you tell me from the beginning I could not take an hour and 30?
Right. You know?
Was that disclosed? Put that in your disclaimer.
But what I noticed about those jobs was people. Like, I enjoyed working with the people. The job, not so much, but with the people, I got to learn different stories, different perspectives. I'm talking to people who, like, these people work in factories, bro, so they're older individuals. Like, I'm getting game, and then I also have some younger people coming in that I train and coach, and yeah, it was.
And you're young too, man. So like, it's really cool to have that balance. Like, I talk about it all the time. I'm someone that loves languages and cultures. I'm not the most fluent person in the world. But
how many languages?
15.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Of course, English, and I can barely speak that. Spanish, I can read it and write it definitely very well. I can keep in conversation writing it.
Word.
I don't speak it as often as I used to, unfortunately.
¿Por qué?
I don't really have too many people to practice with.
Okay.
I mean, like, and even so, like, there's certain things like
I know that though.
like, I was taught 2 different ways of Spanish. I've had Spaniard teachers, and of course I had the Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and whatnot that I grew up around, listening to them
They was bad talk. Too one day, but the Dominicans,
I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Boy, Puerto Rico. Oh.
Man, I got missed, so that fucked up my
Whoa.
I came out there speaking English, nigga.
Like, look, bro, like, you get.
We can't put that on the ground because she just followed me. Shout out Miss Vellucci, though.
Oh, she did.
She followed me on the ground. Shout out Miss Vellucci.
I want to see who this looks like
bleep,
now.
Bleep mine out and let his stay. That's how we do that. That's how we do that.
No cap, I'm thinking about unfollowing her. You know what I'm saying? I might have to do that.
Nah, send me, show me who that is. I'm curious now.
It don't matter. This is freedom right here, bro.
He said it's freedom here.
If she sees it, that's fine.
I love this, yo. But nah, to the languages though.
Before you go on,
go for it.
In order to get really immersed in the language, I've learned as an adult, you have to actually be in that culture, learn it, and act and do it correctly.
Exactly.
Facts.
You can't take Spanish in the USA and think you're going to speak Spanish in the USA. That's not going to work. You got to go to whatever country you want to go in that speaks that language. Or
not even necessarily just the country. I mean, for the ones that are definitely more out there, for sure. Like, you're not about to hear me. You're not about to have me talking in Gaelic, and I really don't understand a bloody thing that what they're saying over there in Ireland, whether it be in the north or in the south. You're not going to get me to speak
Irish.
Like, you're not gonna get me to start speaking Gaelic, my friend. I don't understand what you thought this was.
So Gaelic? Is not Irish? So Irish is the ethnicity, and Gaelic is the language.
Okay, no, Irish. Yes, Irish is the ethnicity. Gaelic is another language that people speak. But it's not like everyone just walks around speaking Gaelic. I mean, like, some people have phrases. Okay, for me, Gaelic is kind of like Latin. It's not a dead language. And this is how little I know about the culture. You know? I know enough, but I don't.
English is based off of Latin.
Right.
So it's not a dead language. They may have wanted to be that so you don't understand what words mean.
I'm saying for Gaelic purposes, and I've never been to Ireland. That's why I said for some countries, yeah, you should go to really become immersed. Because, like, if you don't know, you don't know. Like, I started learning, every language I've learned so far, I started teaching myself, except for Spanish. That's something that, you know, I was in school, 6-7 years of that. I had friends that were Spanish. I dated Spanish people, whatever. Because you have Spanish. Mm-hmm. You have everything else. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Because you have people that speak English like us, then you have Brits that speak English in their own proper way. Get what I mean?
Facts.
With Japanese, there's 3 different, how do you call it?
Types, like cultures, languages.
3 different like language barriers with Japanese.
Oh, okay.
My cousin that was just over here, he speaks Japanese, German, Spanish. I forgot what other language he learns. But yeah, he's into music himself. He was a music theory student.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of where I got my challenge from, for sure, for him. When I like that he was speaking these languages. But yeah.
Germans, bro, them legs, bro, they shit's past me like this.
He said,
even the females, bro, I'd be like, God.
But no, but yeah, like I said, like with Spanish, I would say I'm beginner. Nah, I'm not. I would say I'm more in the intermediate level for sure. If I had to get by, I could. I feel like for
Pulling up Vellucci, by the way.
but
Uh-oh.
Italian is another one.
Her time is running out.
Italian came by because there was this Italian girl I went to high school with. She was a transfer student. And Spanish isn't too far from Italian either. So like some things were kind of close. So I wanted to flirt with her. She spoke English fine or whatever. Her accent was so thick and so attractive. I'm like, I gotta talk to her in her own native tongue, bro. I gotta know.
You okay?
I'm geeking.
Well, you know her,
Bro.
Yeah, you went to Oh, that's
Vellucci, yeah, Vellucci.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but you remember his Vellucci, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I had her.
I had to see a face. That's why I'm like, who?
Yeah.
But
Shout out Miss Vellucci once again.
Woogie.
Crazy.
But not like
I got an F on every test and still passed with a C.
Cap.
big cat.
That's what everybody said. That's what, man, I just floated by school. You know, I breezed by. Nigga was
Some
studying,
people are
like,
genuinely like that.
I won't really know.
No. There was this kid named Eric, a white boy.
I'm telling you,
Bro.
I didn't do good.
Yeah, there was this white boy named Eric who we went to high school with or whatever. I feel like if you saw his face, I know you probably seen him in the hall at least once. Cause like,
What's his name?
y'all, I don't know his last name. He was just a white kid. Like he would always show up to
No,
school.
what was his first name? I didn't hear.
Eric.
Eric.
Yeah.
Alright.
He was loner type or whatever, and he would get to class or whatever, and if he just profiled that he didn't give a shit, you were right. He didn't care to.
Skateboard.
No.
All right.
He was literally just a floater. He came to school, whatever, and I got to see him in other classes too. He literally was just like, or whatever. I mean, I feel like he had more common sense,
yeah.
and that's how he was able to fly by. Cause like he would say, yeah, I gotta go do this. Like, can I just get my grade and go? Can I get my test score? Whatever. And he's like, yeah, here you go. Right, because they know what he already has to do is important next or whatever. And like he'll come past me, he's like, it's that shit. I'd be like, he's like, it's fucking easy, bro. It's really common sense. I got my grade back. I did not talk to him for like a whole week.
Common sense is.
I was like, ain't no
Bro,
way. He got a perfect score on this.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. Like when I think about school, I feel like if you just listen to what the teacher says and do what the teacher says,
Not all the
and
time.
don't question it, like don't be that kid who's like, all right, trying to figure out different perspectives. I feel like he's that kind of kid. The common sense students are like, okay, you just told me to do this, cool, all right, bet.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Keep in
Like
mind
that for sure screams Eric for sure to me. but there are certain like I said with the whole language classes, Spanish is the only one that I was actually taught in the classroom. I had one teacher who was from Madrid. Bro, Madrid. That's Spaniard Spanish right there. You know what I mean?
Spain, boy in Spain for sure.
And then my second year teacher, she was from where was she from? I think her family was from Matamoros. I can't pronounce that part of Mexico, but whatever. She's
Metamorphosis?
Honduras.
I think that's
Sorry,
it.
no, chill, no.
No,
Metamorphosis
it's
is
it's like Matamoros, whatever. I can't pronounce it. I don't want to butcher it. But I know it's like northern Mexico. I know that much. But her family's originally from there. So like, she would always speak to us, how we were supposed to be taught it. And then when she would like have a conversation, you could hear her version of Spanish. And I was always talking to her so I could learn as much as I could. Because she got to the point by week 2, anything you had to ask her, by the end of the first month, like, you were going into her class only speaking Spanish. That's how she was.
That's how you learn, though.
Exactly.
I ain't even mad
Like,
at it.
if you want to go to the bathroom, like, you gotta say it in Spanish.
Puerto baño? I don't even know if it's right.
No, close. But
See, that's how they thought us a fucking.
What did you say, Puerto a la baño?
It's something I forgot. I
Like
forgot
for the bathroom.
Yeah, Cuero here.
Yes,
okay, but that's the thing too. Like, you could be saying for the bathroom or go to bathroom. Like, and there's different ways to say it or whatever.
True, yeah.
For example, like say te amo or te quiero. They
I love
both
you,
mean I
yeah.
love you. You know what I
Facts.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it really just all depends, and it also is how you use it too. But yeah, so Spanish, English, Spanish, Italian. I started learning just because of the girl. And then when I got to college, I had to do this song in chorus called Pino Si Trovano. And
Side note, shout out to all the women that make us learn things we don't really give a fuck about.
facts.
Wow, my God.
Facts. That was real, bro.
You know?
That was real, bro. I'll give him that. But
Can we argue though that they're not letting enough like men teach as well too? To you know what I'm saying, to compensate for that. We have the women faces, which shout out to my females, of course. I love you. I will always love you.
respectfully.
But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, we get classified with ADD, ADHD. We have too much energy. Women tend to want to calm us down. I'm just saying. If I don't want to learn it.
I like how he did that.
If I don't want to learn it, if I'm like too hype, I mean, try to frame it for me. You know what I mean? For me.
Sure. For sure.
And at the same
Shut up.
time,
And you can't say, oh, he has ADD, and then give us a packet of Skittles and send us into the next room. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
of
saying?
they go from
I'm
ADD
weak.
to
If we get
ADD.
questions right, we get candy. Like, bitch, of course we're gonna be hyper as shit.
Right. Like, what are you thinking, bro? I would see that stuff all the time. I'd be like, bro, y'all doing the most.
But at the
I
same
get it,
time,
but whatever.
you got now we're in the culture of the hate men era on one side anyway,
Right.
and now you got the opposite. It's like, oh, we hate women. Like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Bro,
Hey,
I'm dragging it.
it's wild because like a lot of it is, and I wanted to say something about culture too in regards to the freedom, the 9 to 5, the losing, like all of that. Like you can not blame it on, but attribute it to culture.
Yeah.
Like the United States culture is that, and then especially with our people, you know what I'm saying, like our community. But then there are certain communities that are just like they're cohesive. Honestly, they're okay with women being in the house and then men going out and work. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Culture.
And then there are some that
Okay.
deem that, oh, this is not the place for you. You should, a woman's place should be hit. Personally, I'm not telling anybody where their place should be, ever. Even a child. I used to hate hearing, if your child, stay in the child's place. Cool. I would amend that to stay out of grown folks' conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that much. But a kid could be saying, this person is saying something, or this person is doing something, trying to warn you're behind. I almost said ASS. Could be trying to warn. I'm really trying, you guys.
I mean, we can tell.
He almost turned into Harry Potter on us.
like a kid could be trying to warn you, and it's not him, staying in the child's place, like, because you listen to your children, they be trying to tell you without telling you.
Everybody, bro.
Like, they be telling you that there's a reason why they don't want to go to, after school class. Mr. Abernathy be
Mr. Abernathy. Mr. Bishop Eddie Long.
but like then you wonder, like, why it takes years for them to come out about certain things.